welcome to another edition of the Mexico in the World podcast, the podcast so that we can talk about events, celebrations and more about Mexico and the world. This time we are going to start with something pleasant and cheerful. What is Smile Day? Because this allows us to create a positive environment and more. So in today's world in which we live, which can be so chaotic, complex and so on, that's why we must not forget those positive moments that make us feel good and make our lives a little more pleasant. The Day of the Hero, and this refers, as you know, to those who are called a hero without a cape, all those people who help unconditionally and sometimes even put their own lives at risk to help others, for example, firefighters, paramedics, or even how they are called standing civilians who at some point in some circumstance help others or with issues such as foundations and others. So we celebrate all those heroes who, as I was saying, call them masters without capes, who dedicate themselves and have the possibility of helping others. There is also the Day of the Mail that has gone, let's say, reducing little by little because people use less and less what it means to send the classic letter by mail. This is a time for us to consider the importance of mail and why not use it especially now that dates like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year are approaching. Why not send, for example, a letter or even to a friend or relative to surprise him, for example for his birthday or someone's anniversary in the end, or write a letter just to a friend so that they have a pleasant moment. So let's use traditional mail. We don't lose this now. In a more serious matter is the Day of Mental Health. This is important how we have been saying repeatedly because of the situations that are taking place today due to the conflicts that exist worldwide and also the pandemic. And we also see that there are issues, for example, such as the unfortunately post-traumatic stress, which soldiers who return from doing their work abroad suffer. For example, in short, there are many issues that bullying even in schools, precisely bullying, or even in offices because there is also bullying at work. So all of these things around which we have to support, let's say it in some way, mental health. Let's not lose this because the human being can be very fragile and we have to support him and help him to be healthy on a mental level. There is also Thanksgiving in Canada because in Canada it is celebrated on this occasion, but in other countries such as the United States it is celebrated on other dates. And we also have the International Day to reduce the risk of disasters. This above all, let us think about environmental issues also because of what is happening with the natural disasters, that there are more and more and they are getting worse and worse, the consequences that leave, for example, the hurricanes. This is all for the moment. As always, we leave the issues on the table so that we analyze them, talk and become aware, and we do not want to say goodbye without thanking you for listening to us and reminding you of our social networks: email, podcastmexicoandtheworld@gmail.com, Twitter, @MexicoTheWorld, Facebook, Podcast Mexico in the World, YouTube Mexico and the World. Thanks again for listening to us and we look forward to seeing you in our next edition. Thanks, bye.